Now, Meghan Markle's new podcast dropped today, but off to a very shaky ground, as many people have already pulled it apart with lots and lots of negative reviews. Certainly not to a start that Meghan Markle probably wanted. The Duchess of Sussex talked about this rare health battle that she has never talked about before. We know that Meghan likes to blow her own trumpet, wants to always make people feel sorry for her. This is how her brand moves forward. So if she had this rare health battle, okay, she would have already long time ago talked about it. But today was the first time we heard about it. Again, conversations of this is another script written by Meghan Markle starting to emerge. She was talking to this lady, what's her name? Whitney Wolf, the founder of Bumble. I'm meant to understand this is a dating app or dating site. And she talked about how Meghan Markle and this woman shared similar experiences. They didn't know each other at the time. But now, through these experiences, yes, they have connected. Now, that health battle Meghan Markle was talking about in her podcast series today was postpartum preeclampsia. Now, women will know what this means, of course. And she says that she had this after giving birth. It's not clear whether that was after the birth of Archie or Lilibet. Okay. But it is the first time we've heard about this. Was Meghan Markle trying to spice up conversations to try and draw people's sympathies, to drive conversations? Was she being honest by sharing this rare health battle? These are the questions being raised. And of course, this is very private information. Meghan Markle, Prince Harry set out when they left to go private, never to share these things with us. They never wanted conversations like this to be driven into social media because that was encroaching on their private lives. But that has since gone now. This is Meghan Markle now, opening up and going public. What are your thoughts, my dear friends? Now, I was looking on Twitter and many people have pulled this podcast apart. One of those, I think, is Meghan's Mole, who actually did a post about this particular subject here. Let me try and pull that up. Meghan Markle said that Meghan Markle never had a miscarriage or postpartum preeclampsia because she was never pregnant. To all the women who have been pregnant, did your belly swing back and forth like a bowl of jello? Jelly. When you go into the comments section of that thread, you will be blown away by what people think about these claims by Meghan Markle in this podcast. And again, Meghan Markle never learning from her original podcasts that exposed her as somebody who wanted to take over conversations. And okay, again, this so happened in these conversations where she was talking much about herself, the experiences she faced, and not really giving chance to her guest to share her thoughts. Okay, and this podcast is meant to talk about business, tips on how to be successful in the business world for women, the challenges they face. But these conversations today have not really talked about business in that sense. They were sort of off topic. Meghan Markle praising herself, talking about her, I suffered this, I went through this, drawing attention onto herself and sympathies onto herself, rather than really giving chance to her guest to explore these insights with us. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments section below. Have you listened or tuned into Meghan Markle's new podcast series released today? What are your thoughts? Meanwhile, this also comes after Meghan Markle was severely mocked on BBC, one of these programs. Is it Have I Got News for You? And the presenters really took a mickey out of Meghan Markle. This comedian saying that the way Meghan Markle was praising herself for selling out in a short amount of time was very telling of a woman who probably had 2 jars on the shelf. But there is another joke that this comedian shared with us. Let me see if I can pull it up. That was really, really interesting. I thought it was. Where is that? Bear with me a second, my dear friends. Okay. So this presenter says that the way Meghan Markle was holding those honeycombs, where she extracts the honey for her to put in her jams, was like she was holding she was about to feel sick, apparently. And she's like, I have so much love for bees, for honey. But the way she held the honeycombs was like she was about to throw up. Okay. Very inauthentic, not real, pretense. And this is a very, very big program watched by millions of people here in the UK on one of these most popular TV shows, the BBC. For her to be mocked in that sense is very telling of how the British public really lost interest in Meghan Markle's projects. So sad, isn't it? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below and stay subscribed here at Francis Page Media for the latest that is going on in the world of our British royals.